It's the weekly show about Pro AV with the hottest news in the AV industry. It's rAVe TV. Give it up for Steph and Gary. Steph and Gary.
Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of rAVe TV, the AV and the Pro AV industry's only TV show that comes on every single week, Wednesday at noon Eastern, and all the places on the rAVe Pub's website, LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube. You get the idea. And during trade shows, Gary and I do an episode every single day of the show, and we are here in the beautiful Sharp NEC booth once again. We are very excited and lucky to have them sponsoring us on these few episodes of rAVe TV. And Gary is not here because Gary is over at Avixa's esports booth doing a talk. So I am doing this episode solo, but don't worry, I have a few guests, and Gary is going to meet himself over on the show floor to give you guys a look at what the last third of the show floor looks like. So without further ado, I'm just going to mention a few products that I thought were really cool. So first off, Sony's booth has been so pretty at this show. They have shown so many new products because they just redid their entire Bravia line. I got to go to a press event a few nights ago. I got a picture of them showing the Bravias at the press event. This new line is actually really cool because they're made to all be very similar in that they have a different line, some things for digital signage, some things for different types of content, but they are all made to be able to go in similar places and be installed the same way and look the same way. So they're also putting a lot of effort into sustainability with their packaging and the types of plastics they're using. We have videos going up about all of that, so you can go check those on ravepubs.com/InfoComm. Continuing on, LG's booth, I just wanted to mention it again because they also have so many cool products. They're showing the Chloe robot again, the Chloe ServeBot, and that's actually being used in a lot of different places. We've got some case studies up about what restaurants the robot is actually serving food in. So yeah, I looked the other day and the robot was right beside me. It kind of sneaks up on you there. It's kind of creepy, but to each their own. Continuing on, the last thing I wanted to mention was the DV LED Cube. This is kind of some really cool forced perspective technology where the content, you're going to look at a couple of pictures we're going to throw up for you now, and it's giving aquarium. There's a turtle that swims by, but it looks like it's coming out at you, and it's not 3D, it's forced perspective. So LG has really just outdone itself also with the types of products that it's showing. So without further ado, I wanted to introduce the first two guests I have on the show today. So we have Rochelle Richardson and Dave Labuscus of Avixa joining. So hello, Dave. Hello, Rochelle. Come on over. I'll scoot over.
Hi, how are you?
How are you guys?
Doing well, thank you.
Great to see you. So first thing, how has the show been? Rochelle, you have done an incredible job putting on this show. This has been absolutely amazing. So I just wanted to commend you.
Thank you very much, Steph. It's fantastic, and it's exciting to hear that from others. The energy, the excitement is just fantastic here. It's been incredible. All 3 days, this is now our third day, and a phenomenal experience for all of the exhibitors, all of the attendees, our media partners, but also for us as an organization. When we look at and talk about strategy from beginning to end, and you see it come to life here in the Orange County Convention Center, it just is an incredible feeling of accomplishment. And we're not done yet, though, right? We still have yet to report out and provide a post-show press release of the amount of attendees that have walked through the doors here, and we're super excited. So thank you for being a great media partner with us, and of course our great CEO here, David Labuscus.
Yeah, Dave, I've been bothering you. I'm like, Dave, do you know how many attendees you get? Every time I've seen you.
He does know.
He does know. Yeah, I understand.
Oh, I know, and I tell all kinds of people all the time, but don't tell Rochelle, I tell them.
But yeah, so you guys have introduced some pretty cool stuff at this show this year. So walk me through that. You've introduced the Esports Pavilion, a few other things, a few new educational opportunities. Tell me a little bit about what those have been this year and what response has been like.
Wonderful. So I'll highlight some of those areas, and Dave, of course, will be able to add and speak to some of those as well. The exciting part is a part of our, again, show strategy that we started about 18 months out. We talked about all that we intended to do here this year. And I can honestly say we hit the bullseye. But of course, we're going to be looking forward to hearing from attendees and exhibitors as well. But some of the attendee experiences, integrated experiences that we are pleased. We had partnership with the Moment Factory, of course, one of the top content creators in the world. The space is powered by nanolumens. Great three-way collaboration and interactive experience here in the hall. We also have the Esports Live, which was a culmination of just an idea and concept that we have brought to life, and being able to see a combination of things, a live experience, an event within an event, and also an area that we've been able to attract rising professionals through the universities at the collegiate level with Faulkner University and Talladega College. We also have used that as an attendee or audience acquisition here for the show, where we've been able to bring in new universities, new colleges, and new attendees in both of these areas. But we also have the View experience, where we're showcasing virtual production, and we did the partnership with View Technologies as well as Unilumin, and then we partnered with Ameria in regards to the touchless gaming as well. So we have quite a few experiences, but we didn't stop there as well. We have the Avixa Member Lounge, we have the Avixa Live, Exchange Live, and also Avixa Television, and of course Dave has been a big part of leading our ship and steering our organization in regards to what we're doing, and how we've taken an online community and we've brought it to the in-person experience. And so Dave, anything else that you would like to add in regards to and share, right?
Well, you said everything new except Trailblazer Zone. It was like, maybe I'll just walk right off camera here and let the person that's actually doing the real work talk about the real work. No, it's been an amazing experience. You know, you've probably at some point had somebody you were planning a surprise party for. And,
Sure.
You know, and you work for months. In this case, our surprise party, we work for 18 months or 2 years before we throw the party. And it is for the industry. It's for you, as Rochelle said. And when everybody, you know, shouts surprise, in this case, we cut a ribbon and the crowd comes in, and there's the satisfaction and the sense of joy and community and family that just permeates the halls. You know that the show has been a success. And you've never, I will make a bet, you have never sat back after that party opened and started counting how many people were there. What you do is take in the celebration, you take in the experience, and you live off the joy of the people that you've brought into your home for
you
the
judge
party.
it by the quality of the people who were there, rather than the quantity.
The extraordinary aspects of the event, right? You can have really great people and still have a bit of a dud of a party, but probably not. But you you can spend $1 billion on all the craziness of a party, and if the people aren't there with love and happiness and sharing, it's not going to be a great party. And that's what's great about this, and that's what's great about Exchange, is that means we're all going to be sad, we're all going to give each other hugs goodbye and go back home and back to the office. We'll take new learning with us, but we don't have to say goodbye anymore. We can be a part of that community. We can continue to share. We can tell each other stories. We can continue to make fun of each other or lift each other up.
And because at the end of the day, InfoComm is just one part of everything that you all do.
Yeah, it's a key part, but it is. It's
an important part.
It's all interconnected. Just like Rochelle, if you use esports as an example, yes, it's an activation zone. It sits there. It's got a defined boundary, but in reality, it's also live streaming to people that aren't here. It's attracting students that had never come. So not only is it cool and a great demonstration of what technology can do, but it's a workforce development tool. It is an audience tool. It's a career enhancement tool. Nothing should be just by itself. All of it feeds each other, including what we do outside of the show.
I will say the perfect word for me to describe this InfoComm has been intentional. I feel like everything that y'all have done has had so much intention and so much thought behind it. And just wanted to commend both of you one more time. This has been a phenomenal show, and I wanted to thank you guys so much for partnering with us and making it a great show for us too.
Thank you. We couldn't have done it without you.
Of course. Last question is, where can people find more information about AVIXA and InfoComm?
Well, absolutely. Thank you very much, Steph. I like to also highlight just a couple of things through our partnership, that what we've been able to accomplish is visibility, right? And having all of the staff that we have here, that we are taking our message and posting it on social media and sending out information of those that could not be here, right? To still have feeling like they had some sort of presence here. So thank you for that as well. But how you can find out more about InfoComm, of course, is on InfoCommShow.org website. Also on our social media platforms, across InfoComm social media platforms, as well as at AVIXA.org and AVIXA social media platforms as well.
Perfect.
Thank you so much.
Thank you both so much. And I hope to see you soon.
Thank you.
All right, I will take your mic from you. And I have another guest who's ready to come on. I'm going to take this moment now to invite on Leonard Susskind. Hi, Leonard.
Good morning.
Yeah. So this has been your first InfoComm. You've been a writer for us for a very long time.
My first InfoComm
in a long time.
Since the before times.
Since the before times. Yeah, the before times. It's been incredible. I told you, you picked a really good show.
I feel like it. I missed last year, I missed a bunch before, but this has the same feel that it used to have 5-7 years ago.
Yeah.
Same energy. I don't know if we've got the people count yet, but
not
it feels
quite
well
yet,
attended.
because there are people still registering, like literally right now, who are going to come this afternoon. So yeah, don't worry, I already hounded the AVIXA folks about it, but they promised they'd tell me this afternoon. So for those of you who might not know you, tell me who you are and what you do.
Okay, I am Leonard Susskind from Long Island, New York. You can all hear that in how I talk.
The very country accent and the very Long Island accent.
I am
very
not
good.
putting this on. This is what I sound like. And I am, at heart, a consultant.
Yes.
I am with Robert Director Telecom. We are the low voltage arm of Robert Director Associates, MEP firm. We're in New York City. We do like corporate interiors type stuff, which has been my bread and butter for the past decade or so. So I'm the guy who tells you how to set up your office space.
Very cool.
How that's changed over the years.
Yeah, and it has changed quite a bit over there, so you have your work quite cut out for you. So tell me a little bit about what you've noticed at the show. I know you have a piece that you write for us that's up on our site, and it's about that it's kind of been standard city here in the show floor. So tell me a little bit about that.
I've always believed in standards. I want to believe in standards.
It's like X-Files. I want to believe.
Yes. And, I'm an Android person, which is closer to an open standard than Apple iOS.
Okay.
And Apple is the most popular phone in the world, so what do I know? But,
Fair.
I believe in interoperability. And the idea that specifically AV over IP has become this little maze of walled gardens.
Sure.
Everybody's got their own codec, everybody's got their own wrappers, everybody's their own way to transport things. And if somebody has an AV endpoint, somebody else maybe has a recorder, somebody else maybe has a video wall processor, those things can't talk to each other.
Yeah.
You've got to pull it out of one ecosystem into another one. So AIMS, I don't know if they call themselves that, or AIMS, are looking to build on what broadcast does.
Yeah, with the IPMX standard.
Yeah. So this is based on SMPTE 2110. Mm-hmm. This is way inside baseball stuff for people who aren't us. We're talking to us, I hope.
Yeah, we're talking to us. They're with us.
I really, really am excited about the idea of attempting to find a common solution.
Yeah.
And we've got some established players looking into it. We've got some new players that
Plexus.
have a pedigree. And Plexus is hardware. It's not shipping yet, but they promise it will be.
Yeah.
It looks nice.
Yeah, it does. I spent some time over there. It looks really nice.
And I'm cautiously optimistic.
I mean, that's all we can be,
And everything is going to be about working together.
Yeah.
It's complicated.
It's complicated.
And the
Standards are complicated.
Yeah. And the other fun thing I got this show is I got to tour the floor with a client.
Cool.
Because one of my clients managed to get their AV person here.
Nice.
And it is a way different way to look at AV stuff.
Through your clients' eyes.
My client doesn't care about IPMX.
True.
Clients don't care about AV over IP. Clients don't
They
care
don't care about the way you make it work. They
Right.
just want it to work.
And what this client cared about was analytics. and
Interesting.
insights.
Okay.
We, talked about people counting. We talked
Yeah.
about facial recognition. And we
Very
talked
cool.
we talked to Viapta.
All right.
And said, look, how do we make this? How do we get this data and turn it into information? And we learned things.
Cool.
All of these vary the same products. Like, there's a camera microphone bar there.
Yeah.
That, here's a challenge if you're on the show floor today. See how many times you can find the exact same camera microphone bar with a different brand on it. But we're talking to Viapta and saying, we're looking at these solutions.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, oh, well, if you use a neat bar for Teams, we can't pull the people count out of it. But neat bar for Zoom, you can. And it's all of these little details and how things work together. Whose API does exactly what.
Yeah.
And, this particular client was really excited about being able to look at a real story about how his spaces are being used.
Very cool.
And,
Hey, so it's a learning opportunity for everybody.
So this has been an absolutely great show and experience for me. I've been writing for rAVe on and off for
I think
a long time now.
Yeah,
10
like
years?
12 years, yeah.
And I apologize for being absent through COVID and after, but I'm
You don't
back.
have to apologize. We're just happy to have you back. We're happy to see you writing, and you've been writing good stuff that's been a joy for me to edit. So I wanted to take this time to thank you for being part of our blog squad.
There will be more to come.
I'm very excited. Leonard, last question for you is where can people connect with you, learn more about you, and what you do?
Okay, well, I'm not on Twitter anymore. I
Fair.
ran away from that heck site and am less extremely online than I used to be. But you can find Leonard C. Susskind on LinkedIn. And professionally, I am at
Perfect.
Robert Director Telecom, Susskind at director.com.
Perfect. Well, Leonard, thank you
Thank
so
you.
much. I wish you a lovely last day of InfoComm, and thanks for spending some time over here with me today.
Thank you.
Of course. So now we are going to check out the Aquos boards with our rAVe TV sponsor for the week, Sharp NEC. I'm going to come over here with Gary Baylor. How's it going? Thank you for waiting so patiently.
No problem at all.
Yeah, honestly, I've been enjoying any 5-minute increment I have to rest. So, it's kind of nice. So tell
How
me.
did it feel after 2 days?
After
on your
2
feet?
days on your feet, I just want to be horizontal for the next 2 weeks. Don't call, don't text. So we're going to look at the brand new Aquos boards over here, correct?
Yeah.
All right, let's
Two new series.
Let's take a walk. So tell me a little bit about these. You have one that's kind of like the smaller, like little brother, and then the bigger sibling, correct?
Yeah, actually, yes and no.
Okay.
So we have 2 new series of models. And these are brand new. They're just introduced in the marketplace. You can see in front of me here.
Okay.
This is a new series of products. We're showing a 55-inch, but it's our 4TP series models. Our 4WB models.
4WD.
And this is
4WB.
really designed for our entry-level marketplace.
Yes, and these
Okay?
were just released this month, correct?
They were,
Yeah.
yes. So early this month we announced these models, and they're available from 55-inch through 86-inch. So 55, 65, 75, and 86-inch series. And these are our most cost-effective Aquos boards that we've ever introduced in our series.
This one is the 4WB.
It is the
Okay.
4WB series. That's in a 55-inch, and it's really a whole new category for us, where in many segments we're finding that customers are now using cloud-based solutions.
That's true.
And with cloud-based solutions, I don't need all the widgets and bells and whistles that you often find with SoC-based
Right.
units. Okay, what they want is something that will quickly connect to web browsers
Yep.
and allow simple connectivity at the lowest possible cost without impacting the user experience.
Sure, because the person who's going to be using this every day is what we like to call a non-technical end user. They're not going to know if they have to go through a lot of hoops to get to what they need, which is the browser, or joining a meeting, or showing a presentation. They just need it to be very easy to work out, because maybe it's a teacher in a classroom. They just need to pull it up really quick, or they're going to lose those kids' attention.
Exactly. And what we found is that whether it be a teacher, it's really hard if you have a large school district to get all of your educators trained and using proprietary type solutions.
Right.
However, if we can emulate the same pattern that they would have had when using a Chromebook, okay?
Exactly.
Without having to learn anything new.
Yep.
Okay. But have the power of interactive touch as well as casting capability and built-in browser, then we're accomplishing everything at a very affordable price, so that when you have a limited budget, you want to be able to populate as many classrooms as possible.
Yeah.
Okay, in order to make the most of that tax dollar and education of the kids.
Makes sense to me. So explain to me what this other one is. So this one is the 4WB, the one that's a little more cost effective, correct? And this one
is the next generation series up.
Okay.
And this is our PNLC2 series models. And this is really replacing our award-winning PNC series Office products. And this product is really it's feature-packed.
Great.
Okay, it is designed really for both the corporate education, higher education marketplaces, where I want features built into it, SoC capability with lots of capabilities, the most accurate precision touch capability that you can have, as well as lots of tools to simplify it, as well as connectivity to BYOD as well as BYON capabilities.
Yeah, BYOD and BYON, both are important. So it's nice that this has the capability to do anything, no matter how someone is meeting. And I can see this one being used for the end user who is a little more technical, who is like, I need this to do every single thing that I do in my workday.
Yeah, and it's designed to keep it simple. So as you're seeing over here, we have built-in casting capabilities that will allow you to cast from any kind of device, but more importantly, two different ways.
Cool.
One way, natively from the operating system of your device. So whether it be a Windows device, whether it be an iOS device, whether it be an Android device, you can use the native casting of that device without having to learn anything new.
Very cool.
For incremental capabilities, it also has an app that can be loaded to those devices to give it additional capabilities beyond what the native casting capabilities are. And it also integrates with our camera and microphone system with the 8 microphone arrays, which we've taken from our higher end PNL series, L2 series, B series models, and incorporates that as well.
Very cool. Does this one come in different size models as well?
It does. It comes from 65-inch, a 75-inch, and 86-inch.
Perfect.
And was just launched June 1st.
Very cool. So I know that you've been getting a lot of questions about this. Do you recommend the different sizes for different meeting rooms?
You know, what we found is that it really depends upon the size of the room, but also the distance between the board and the audience.
True.
So we have devices to fit any size room regardless. And you can see even when our capability with the L2P series, we can even integrate that with our projector series, which is up above here as an example, where we can basically HDMI out and loop it so that if you have a very large room, you can address capability to have the whiteboarding capability in the front of the room, as well as the A21:9 type of projection for the rear of the room.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for taking me through these, Gary.
Oh, you're welcome.
And thank you guys for being such a great rAVe TV sponsor during this week of InfoComm. It's been lovely getting to spend time here each day. My last question for you is, where can people find more information about Sharp NEC or about the Aquos boards?
You can go onto our website at sharpnec.com. And all of that information is readily available.
Perfect.
And if you are at InfoComm, please stop by booth 1201.
Perfect. And my last thing I wanted to say is we have been doing so much here at the InfoComm show. We have a booth again. We've been playing our game, which is called What the Duck. Gary and I have been talking about it, so you might have seen all of our ducks all over social media. We've been giving them away. But we have had some great game sponsors. So we have had SDVOE, LG, Netgear, and Matrox Video. They have been rock stars this week as well. And so I think that is it for rAVe TV at InfoComm 2023, at least from me. But I am going to kick it to Gary because he is going to show you what the last third of the show floor looks like. So Gary, I hope you're ready because you are taking it away right now.
Hey, thanks, Steph. This is Gary Kay, and I'm going to do the last third of the show floor. For the previous 2 days on rAVe TV, we've been doing live show floor tours. I'm a little nervous about the connection in this section of the hall and us staying up live because there's a lot of EMI in here and there's a lot going on in here. But the show floor is definitely slower today because it's Friday. It's the last day of the show, so I can get around a little bit easier. First booth is obviously Hudley. They have exploded over the last 5 years. They're a key component of a lot of UCC systems. One of the things I saw they don't have in their booth here that I saw in their private suite is their multi-camera experience. Pretty awesome. Imagine putting 3 cameras in a room so that you always can shoot everything going on in the room, so that the Farsight participants don't miss Farsight participants don't even miss facial expressions. It catches those on camera. So let's kind of walk through this section of the hall. This is a lot of the companies that are here are audio companies in this section of the hall. You got Electrosonic here, Gordon Moore's company, Bose Professional, which is now a separate company. They used to be part of Bose Consumer. They were purchased by a VC. Sonance. Here's Sonance here. Now Sonance, as you know, came originally from the high-end residential market and is now in the commercial market with outdoor and ceiling mount speakers for bars, restaurant, those types of applications, a crossover market, resi-mercial crossover market between high-end residential and consumer. Immersive, the main competition for Barco's ClickShare, really has high adoption in the educational space. Obviously, Immersive, that's where they've been successful. Let's see who else we can see here. Morning. Look at this. One of our video shooters hanging out here. Theory. They're making their debut here at InfoComm. They're an audio company, a new speaker company. And if you haven't heard about them, check them out. THEORY professional.com. KRA. Everyone knows KRA. The whole audio market was transformed about 10 years ago by Dante and Digital Processing, DP. So the video side of the market's a little bit behind the audio side of the market, in my opinion. Leah Professional, who has some of the coolest looking, they have just some audio companies, some companies in general pay attention to aesthetics, and most don't. Look at the aesthetics of this. Look how nice this looks. I know that shouldn't matter, right? Shouldn't matter because it's in a rack and most people aren't going to see it, but it does matter because people want to feel good about what they buy and what they're using, and so I think the aesthetic does matter. A lot of smaller booths in this section of the hall as we get further away from the entrance of the convention center because it's a lot less expensive to exhibit in this section. So a lot of upstarts will appear, and sometimes you'll find and discover little companies that you didn't know existed, and little brand new technologies. Let's see if we can spend some time discovering here. There's a new company, One Sound, few-year-old audio company. They're actually trying to penetrate the commercial install market. Here's some more video shooters. Look at this rAVe team shooting videos this morning, trying to finish up their hauls. Adamson, everyone knows them, of course. There's Toa. My first amplifier was a Toa. Let's see what else here. Light Shark. Look at that. Look at the aesthetic of those pendant speakers. See how it's different than just plain old black. I like when a company kind of tries to do something different and not just look like everybody else. Here's a neat little demo showing the weatherproofness of their product. Always love demos like this where companies willing to step out of the norm. But biggest issue with something like this is rust, damage through corrosion. All right, so now we're starting to get into not just the audio, as I mentioned, but also live events technology. Very well done. Look at this. Very well done. That's a nice looking LED. Grabs your attention. Get into the dark, smoky side of the hall. Always live events when it starts. Look at this. There you go. There, look at that. There's a LED globe. That's a round LED. That's, you know, it might look simple to do, but that's a heck of a feat to actually get this to pull together like that. And of course, you know, it's a grab your attention, experiential. I love that booth right there, Chauveau's booth, Chauveau Professional. They build automated light LED systems, so you know you can control them, and you know, light shows and also live events, concerts, things like that. rAVe. Who else do we have here? There's the food court back there. Not worth showing you the food court. The food at the convention center is not good. The only good food in a convention center is ISE in Europe. Wherever that is, no matter if it's been in Barcelona or Amsterdam, it's always good food. They even have sushi. They actually have sushi at a convention center. It's actually good. Let's see what we find here. Froggy's Fog. Everyone loves Froggy's Fog because they make the coolest fog machines. Who doesn't love a fog machine? We're doing a live show floor tour, and I'm telling you, everyone loves Froggy's Fog. You always have one of the most popular videos always every year at InfoComm because people just love to see stuff flying through the air. Oh, here we go. Look at these bubbles. We're getting our own personal bubble tour. Everyone needs one of these in the office, right?
It's true. We have them in 3 sizes. So we have one that can be in your home. We have one that's like a smaller unit that can definitely either be residential or in businesses. And this is going to be our professional series.
Yeah. And so, do you have one in your house?
Of course.
So, tell me what kind of party you have when you blow in bubbles like that.
You have like the world's best Halloween party. We are totally one of the hottest houses on our like little block over here because we always pull out, you know, our Fobbles machine. We bring out our Upshot machine and just have like a total fun time whenever we're having like a neighborhood barbecue or anything like that.
Well, if you haven't heard of them, froggiesfog.com, great company. Check them out if you want to do, especially if you're doing live events. Yeah. Look at this, flamethrower. Not quite. Kind of looks like a flamethrower though. Who doesn't want a flamethrower, right?
So that is our new Thanos gun. It's brand new this year. We just released it. And who doesn't want to have basically like the Terminator style gun always like at your side?
I love how it has those extra not needed features that make it look extra cool, you know? I love that, guys. Thanks for the demo. I appreciate it. We're on live right now on rAVe TV. And here's a Unilumen's This is using Unreal Engine, I believe. View is the booth, and this is Unilumen together are showing a virtual set application, right? We're using LEDs to generate a virtual set, and during the show, they've actually shown this actually being operated with the camera system, but they're not doing a live show right now, so it's hard for me to show it to you. But this is like, you know, obviously our industry's moving this direction. We're doing so many things that we didn't used to do, right? I mean, the technology's amped up and changed production forever. Everyone's heard about it by now, I'm sure. But let's see. Let's circle around here. The audio, again, like I said, we're in the audio pavilion. See if I see anything cool. It's kind of quiet today, isn't it? Kind of quiet. What are these? Are these speakers? Let's see what these are. Yes, these are speakers. These are speakers that look like works of art. So this is a 137 dB, can throw sound up to 82 feet. Speaker. This one is 127 dB, up to 59 feet. This one's up to 33 feet. Wow, it doesn't even look like a speaker, does it? Come on, let's look at this. come and look at the other side. Wow. Beautiful. I got to take a picture of that. I think the only other company I've ever seen that did stuff like this is Leon Sound. Beautiful, guys. Beautiful. It's beautiful. All right. I don't think there's a lot more to show you in this section of the hall, honestly. So I'm going to kind of let you go. This is Gary Kay. I hope you've enjoyed our 3 days, or 4 days, I should say, because we did a day 0, day before the show day, first day of the show. rAVe TV, you know, we do our live show. I hope you join us for our regular weekly live TV show, sponsored by Legrand, Shure, and Aver for rAVe TV. It's every Wednesday at noon. And of course, at trade shows like this, we're always going to do live shows every day. Thanks for watching. I know this wasn't a exciting tour, but at least you got to see a couple of cool things, you know, bubble gun and things like that. But thanks for watching, everyone. All of our coverage of InfoComm is at ravepubs.com/InfoComm. Check it out.
It's the weekly show about Pro AV with the hottest news in the AV industry. It's rAVe TV. Give it up for Steph and Gary. Steph and Gary.